पतला पतला सा है। Okay, so hi, welcome to the first night. I don't know which episode this is. Welcome to Taha talks about two random things and hopes that his hands don't freeze over. Will he suffer from hypothermia? Who knows? Stay tuned to find out. Anyways, hi. Before I started filming this happened, which is sad. इसमें बहुत कुछ लिखा हुआ था, but this is sad. Anyways, मेरा background बदल गया, मेरा झूला चला गया. I miss my झूला, but this isn't bad. So yeah, two random things. Gonna talk about WandaVision and WhatsApp's privacy policy, link timelines, time cards in that time thingy. I don't know, मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ. Anyways, yeah, so it's been different. Hope this goes well. Like, subscribe, comments and stuff. And yeah, let's start. So basically, let's start. So anybody who knows me knows that I'm a huge I'm just a huge superhero nerd. I'm a huge pop culture nerd. I will geek out about comics a lot. So yeah, and finally after Wonder Woman 84 was a disappointment. It was, sorry. Marvel finally gave me something that gives me hope in this hellscape that is 2020. That was 2020 and 2021 is becoming, right? WandaVision came out and it's fun. I genuinely like the first two episodes. अभी सिर्फ 2 episodes आई and it's gonna come out on a weekly basis every Friday, right? And it's fun, but it's very, very different. This is not your typical Marvel stuff. Like, if you started watching Marvel for like just the action, the superheroes, the nonchalant, like funny jokes and everything, the jokes are still there, but it's not like anything else. Like, nothing like anything else, right? It's very different and it's in a good way, right? Basically where this starts off is like Wanda and Vision, and this doesn't have spoilers, so chill. Wanda and Vision's back for some reason we don't know, are in a neighborhood. Vision knows he's a robot, Wanda knows she has powers, but they don't know why they're there. So yeah, and it's a mystery. It's a central mystery which the MCU does not have a lot of, and this is good. It's a good mystery. But like, at this point there are two types of Marvel people, right? If you're one of those people जो रात में सोते हुए DC को गालियाँ देते हैं, जो अपने बहन भाइयों को बेच के आ जाएंगे ताकि वो एंड गेम का फर्स्ट डे फर्स्ट शो देख लें, जो अंधेरे कमरे में आँख के ऊपर हाथ रख के कसम खाएंगे कि मैं सिर्फ मार्वल देखूंगा, then you will be excited for this no matter what. But if you're more of a casual person who likes Marvel but it's not like that into कि हर चीज़ पीछे से क्या चल रही है, what's gonna come up next and everything, I suggest wait for the first 3 weeks. Let episode 5 till come out. This has 9 episodes, so it starts up more of it. The first 2 episodes, even the first 3 episodes until I know, are just purely set up. They don't have much that happens except for 1-2 minutes at the end, and the majority of it like that. So if you are more of a casual Marvel fan, wait, okay? So, but it's really good, but the fun, like for me, a person who watches black and white films, knows 50s, 60s, 70s television, it feels so amazingly authentic. Like, one thing, it has a laugh track. So yeah, it does it perfectly. But the one thing like that you notice when you continue to watch stuff like this is sound, right? And I'm not talking about laugh track. I'm talking about stuff like pehle it was expensive. Mic equipment wasn't that good and stuff was expensive, right? So you had to make sure that everything was properly articulated. Every syllable was perfectly said with enough emotion and cheery emotion that every word came through, right? And that is what it does, right? In old TV shows and stuff like this, people didn't talk over each other. And amazingly, पहले बाइकें आती थी, अब helicopters आता है मुझे. What the hell is this? Anyways, I really hope I can cut that out because this helicopter is gonna be here for a while. But yeah, now it's fine. So where was I? Yeah, it's so amazingly authentic. Like, pehle people didn't talk over each other in sense because it was really hard to differentiate between voices and the mic would pick up too much. So every person, when one person's dialogue, then another person's dialogue would start, and it does that, right? And it does so many, there's misogyny light, like diet misogyny in it, like just enough to say, a man is only properly dressed when he has his woman by his side. Like she's some sort of property that he has to have. But like it's enough misogyny that Disney is okay with it, that no feminist gets angry. I'm not joking about feminists. Feminists are amazing, okay? Sorry. So yeah, so it has that, right? It alludes to Stark Industries. Sword is basically, for those who don't know, shield in space. So yeah, from the comics, that's what it is, right? And it has so many things that like is from those, right? Like at that time when couples, even like married couples, would have different beds that they would sleep in. That made no sense, but like, and that's how in one of his episodes Wanda and Vision are sleeping on 2 different beds, although they've established that they're married. So then they mix it up and it becomes more different. But there's a lot of things like that that make it really feel authentic, right? And it has this Truman Show vibe ke the characters slightly know that they're in a TV show but don't know what's off, right? It has the vibe. But there's some things that it does differently genuinely to throw you off, right? For example, like it does not have grains, like because previously everything was shot on film, everything had a bit more grainy, scratchy feel, but it's completely digital, so it doesn't add those grains for some reason. I don't know why, because it's not really that hard. Like squeeze in aspect ratio, black and white, grains, not really that hard. But yeah, it doesn't do that for some reason. I think it's more of a purposeful choice, because I know the first episode was filmed inside of a live studio also, so there's only 3 camera setups, like one here, and one here, right? And but that isn't the case in like the second episode. The second episode feels more off because it uses very different camera angles. So one thing to understand, at that time, us time pe camera angles were very different, like because it was expensive. It still is, like aaj bhi if you look at sitcoms, 3 angles are mainly used for any room, right? Even if you look at Friends, which is something a lot of people have watched as a go-to sitcom, you have majority 3 camera angles. Camera won't come like this, camera won't zoom in with a dolly, nahi hota, right? Ek koi classics wo nahi hota hai. But in the second episode they do that. There are intricate close-ups, and there are moving shots that are not something that typical for that time. So it purposefully does that to make it feel off. I think and it does come off like in a good way. Like in the first episode, even the scenes which are tense and horror-ish are shown with close-ups, jo Hitchcock ke time pe psycho type close-ups, right? And in the second episodes, they play more with it. There are camera angles that are twisting. There are Dutch angle shots which are really amazing, right? And it makes you feel like something is off, and that's amazing. Like because agar aap 50s ke time ke shows dekho, or even if you watch a silent movie and suddenly someone jokes about something present or something happens that you won't expect from that time period, right? You'll feel so off, but you won't be able to pinpoint what's off unless you know movies enough, and that's something really interesting that it does. It plays with that, right? So yeah, it's a really good show. I really enjoyed it. It feels off in just the right ways, like there's something you don't know that's lurking underneath, and it really does that really well. Like it has a central mystery that's perfectly at the plot, and that mystery really intrigues you, right? So yeah, speaking of mysteries and speaking of stuff that is hiding underneath, what's a privacy policy? Segue. Segue check karo, bro. So yeah, the WhatsApp privacy policy, that was really weird. So yeah, WhatsApp privacy policy has gotten a lot of controversy over time. People are like really confused ke kya chal raha hai. And so yeah, I want to comment, because like for the entire last semester I was studying privacy in social media and like digital surveillance capitalism and stuff like that. So I felt I could talk about that substantially enough. Why is the helicopter back? I don't know. So yeah, So that's what I want to talk about. Okay, so for me, a person who is like, नहीं, I'm going to believe only stuff जो मुझे authentically पता है. मैंने WhatsApp की privacy policies पढ़ी, मैंने WhatsApp की law enforcement policies पढ़ी, और मैंने उनका पूरा FAQ पढ़ा which they released for the recent controversy. So what happened was WhatsApp sent out terms and service to everyone that they had to accept till 8 February if you wanted your account to remain active. And it was basically something that was for only WhatsApp business, which is an entirely different thing from normal private WhatsApp, and there was a lot of misinformation. Okay, so basically easily सही है, WhatsApp business is something जो क्या कहते हैं is for business. So जिस तरह Facebook Messenger for business is different. Like if you contact a business on Facebook, their messenger will have automated options and stuff like that, right? Or Facebook will take into account that you're contacting like flower shops, so it will give you more flower ads, right? So this policy was only for WhatsApp business, right? It was that WhatsApp businesses that wanted to host on Facebook, put their hosting services on Facebook, like Facebook would host their conversations, their messages would be tracked. So basically अगर मैंने एक WhatsApp business message account को message किया, which you would know is a business account because लिखा हुआ आता है, and it would also show this is using Facebook hosting services, then only would my conversations monitor. On the other hand, any other conversation you have like with a private person, you send text messages, anything, वो नहीं देखा जाता, right? WhatsApp uses something that is called end-to-end encryption, which makes sure that only you and the person you're sending your messages can see those messages. Not even WhatsApp can do, because it uses two different levels of encryption to encrypt it, right? So next time your बंदा और बंदी tells you कि यार मेरे अब्बू इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी में काम करते हैं और हमारे WhatsApp मैसेजेस पढ़ लेंगे, they're lying to you. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला, ठीक है? But yeah, so basically this still created a huge controversy, and people really decided कि नहीं, they wanted to move out from that, right? There was a huge migration to Signal and Telegram. Signal is owned by a non-profit organization with पूरा अलग system. It uses the same end-to-end encryption, right? Which again cannot be accessed by anyone. But the difference between Signal, Telegram, and WhatsApp is that Signal and Telegram don't store your metadata. Basically what is metadata? Metadata is in a sense like your activity logs, right? In a sense जैसे WhatsApp को ये नहीं पता होगा तुम्हारी conversation क्या थी, but like if you talk to someone रात को 2 बजे, Facebook will know you talk to this person रात को 2 बजे for 1.5 घंटा, right? It will know nothing else, just the time, the person you talk to, and how long you talked, right? Stuff like that, which is the metadata. But the problem is that's really hard to market with. Facebook क्या ads, like WhatsApp तुम्हें क्या ads दे देगा कि इस बंदे को serious sleep management problems और time management की ज़रूरत है, उसको इस चीज़ों की ads दो. That's the most you're gonna get, right? Like nothing else. And even like a picture you send, WhatsApp doesn't know what the picture is. It just knows कि ये picture इस time पे भेजी गई, इस बंदे को भेजी गई, which हज़ारों लोग picture भेजते हैं. That's not really useful data, ठीक है? But that is stuff that it still stores, and it does that particularly for law enforcement purposes. And वो भी like वो आपको messages नहीं बताएगा. Even going through all of WhatsApp's law enforcement policies, WhatsApp will not, even with a warrant, not tell someone what the messages were. क्योंकि WhatsApp does not, I don't know if WhatsApp has a backdoor for it कि वो encryption को change कर सके, like it can access it. But until what I know, what I've read is that it cannot do that. So even law enforcement agencies, if police get a warrant for it, even the US police where WhatsApp is based, get a warrant for it, WhatsApp will not tell the messages. It will only tell them this person messages this person from this time to this time. That's it. So yeah, trust me, जब US भी WhatsApp से messages नहीं निकालवा सकता, and US Russia को भी messages नहीं देता, and which was actually detained. Russia detained someone because they refused to give up someone, or was it Africa? I cannot remember. Mobile यहाँ पे लिखा होगा, but yeah, that happened. So I'm pretty sure Pakistan में nobody's gonna happen. And still, there's still a huge mass migration. And the thing is, जो मुझे हमेशा दिमाग में आती है, what is someone even gonna do with that data? Like, if someone knows you talk to this person from that time, or even if like someone knows what your marketing interests are, you're not really important enough, right? Like, unless तुम आमिर खान की इमरान खान की बेटी को डेट कर रहे हो, nothing is gonna happen to who you messaged, यार. Nobody's gonna care, and nobody else can get access to that information. So for 99% of the population, this surveillance is meaningless. Like, the city I'm living in, London, is the second most surveilled city in the world after Beijing, China. Yes, but it's not like लोगों को ये fact पता है. It's not like people are constantly complaining यार city में कितने ज़्यादा camera है, because nobody cares. That's the truth. Like, you get ads based on your interest, you get ads based on what you searched on Google, but you don't care because फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा. Nobody gives a shit that the WhatsApp is using so much of their information, and that's pretty common because for the majority of us, it doesn't harm us. 99% doesn't harm us, right? Yeah, there are very big political officials that should not use WhatsApp because it can be tracked who they're messaging and when they're doing it. But for the mass majority, that's just not the case, right? So anyway, still people who are going to Signal and Telegram it's a migration, but it's like not really something very big. Signal still has like around 30 million users, and Telegram has 300 million users. Comparing that to Facebook has 2 billion users, which is like 6 times more. So trust me, you switching to Telegram or Signal is gonna be boring real fast because you have no one else to talk to, right? It's like using the internet in the 80s. You have no one else really to talk to. Actually, you do. That's not how the internet works. But seriously, but still, if you want to read up on surveillance capitalism and how big companies like this use our data and stuff, I would suggest this an article by Zuboff. I forgot her first name, Kristen Zuboff, maybe, but the link is in the description. It's her book and everything is really good on how corporations use your data and everything, right? So yeah, that was that episode. My hands are really cold right now. Right? And yeah, do read up on stuff. Yeah, fear mongering is way too common. People really tend to make sure that they can scare you with headlines and stuff. It's not really hard to research stuff, okay? Like, just look for authentic websites. Please do not go towards blogs for research. Like, authentic news like Guardian, BBC, Al Jazeera, this is stuff I remember from MUNs, but even other CNET, even your own like national newspapers, Dawn is a good source because it has authentic information, right? You can go towards stuff like that and make sure that what you know is authentic. Don't judge WhatsApp videos on WhatsApp's privacy policy, please, yeah. So yeah, that's it. I hopefully do this next week. I don't know. I did this. I don't know if I have something to talk about next week. It's been pretty meh. Everything's like, it's like nothing's happening and it's happening too fast. Ezra Farmer. But yeah, that's the main thing that's happening. Maybe I'll make a video on my university journey. Someone suggested that ke pura aane ka and everything process. I do want to make different videos on different topics. Like more on a edutainment side, you learn about stuff but in a fun way, because I really enjoy doing that myself. So yeah, if that's it, if you enjoyed that, again, like, comment, subscribe and stuff. So yeah, thank you and Allah Hafiz.